everybody, it's Deja Yetmir from CrochetEverAfter.com, and we are continuing our single crochet tutorials, and right now I'm going to show you how to crochet in the middle of your row. Let's get started. Alright, you might have seen my other tutorials on how to single crochet into the first stitch or the last stitch or foundation chain. I make all of these tutorials separately because when I was learning, those specific stitches were the ones that always tripped me up because the how-to books never showed you how to do each of those types of stitches, and sometimes depending on your yarn it's really difficult to find where you're supposed to place your hook, so hopefully those are coming in handy. This tutorial is just going straight through the middle of your row, all of these stitches that are in between those specific stitches. Always remember that if you aren't able to find where you're supposed to place your hook, as you can see it's very easy to see the spaces where you're going to be placing your hook. You can always turn your work on the side and look for your V's, which are your stacked stitches. They look like stacked letter V's. So always, you have your hook, look for the next V that's below your hook. So you can see that next V is right there. So you can either, if it's hard to see with whatever yarn you're working with, you can turn your work and you can just push through like that to get your V. Or if it's easy to see where to place your hook, like this, you can see that space very easily. You just insert your hook in. If you're a beginner, I always like to look and make sure that I only have 2 loops on my hook, because sometimes you might accidentally pick up an extra loop from all of these extra bits that you have down here. So if you see more than 2, pull your hook out and start over. So I only have the 2 from my V on my hook. Then I'm going to lay over my yarn. I always call this a layover instead of a yarn over because this kind of confuses people. They think they might need to wrap it around to do a yarn over. But you're actually just kind of laying it over and catching it with your hook and pulling it through. Push your hook all the way so that your loops rest on your shaft. So you have even loops. Yarn over, so from back to front, yarning over. Turn your hook straight down at your work. Now we'll allow it to slide easily through the 2 loops that are on your hook to complete your single crochet. Again, look for your stitch. There's that nice hole. Insert the hook. Check if you need to. Only 2 loops on. Lay over. Pull up the loop. Push to the shaft. Back to front. Yarn over. Point the hook down and pull through. And once you get used to those steps, it becomes very easy to just nice and smoothly do all of them at once. Insert, lay over, pull up, yarn over, and it'll become second nature to turn your hook down, because if you don't turn your hook down, you're going to see that you're going to have problems pulling your hook through. When you point it down, it comes right through. So always point down. So you just continue across. If you need help with the first, last, or foundation chain single crochet, go ahead and check out my other tutorials. That's single crochet in the middle of the row.